So I might have mentioned charms. There was this incident with the shipment, but the next one will come through.
Charcoal drawings by someone named Evander.
A world smudged in shadow. He drew Docktown's darkness, but also its light. All those I found, I held a hand as the light left.
Do you know something about the murder victims? What connected them?
Each was desperate. Each heard a whisper that tempted them, and each turned away. They defied the one who called them. The demons we saw were merely minions. Too late for these. But now I can watch and protect others. Something larger stirs, calling the desperate. I cannot see what. No, the hope you bring Docktown thwarts it, and may you continue.
Cat. Did Evander feed you?
I could make a good dish with that.
Fruit, vegetables. I've got the best food in the market. Ask anyone.
I have it all.
It's good quality. Come by later.
As you wish.
Trying to decide what to make the kids for supper. The middle one's picky.
How about some accompaniments to go with your cheese?
Come by.
I do also carry some cheese of indeterminate origin. It just shows up magically in my stock. Remember, life's too short for bad cheese.
Wood, tools, woodworking supplies. Take a look. Nothing like a fine piece of wood with a perfect heft. Just browsing, I see.
Got some Orleans cheese in recently. Tasting notes. From the same cheese we brought you.
What do you do when you finish a job?
I think that's great. And maybe grab a bite to eat, then take notes on anything that feels like a loose end.
A short-lived celebration.
What can I say? The work doesn't always tie up when you think it does. I guess that's less true for you when the target's dead.
The contract's done. Though sometimes they're not as dead as you think.
Seriously, do I know you from somewhere?
You buy, otherwise, don't touch the treasure.
Keep him busy?
I'm chasing a fraudulent enchantment scheme. It's harmless until the buyer thinks they're immortal.
Anything new?
I'm sure you'll uncover something.
Be ready.
Time for a fight! Stay covered! Keep the pressure on!
Thanks, Valls.
Take it now! Well, look at that!
Now's your chance.
Impressive, Rook!
People are still getting over demons pouring from the sky. Oh, what's next?
Predatory call. What are their plans for Minrathis?
I finished out the list. Good work.
Candle hot conspiracy.
Messages to no one?
Ruffled any feathers lately?
No. Or no one's tailed me if I did.
All right. If you run into trouble, get in touch. So you've had jobs where you killed your target, and then, surprise, they aren't dead.
I've had a demon possess the corpse immediately afterwards. Technically, the target was dead, but try explaining that to the person who hired you. And there was an incident with someone who'd been impersonating the real target for years. We had to renegotiate who that contract was actually for.
So the work's not so cut and dried.
They all wound up dead in the end.
Mona's Hell Dance Act astounds audience.
I came down here to procure particular items. I'm told Docktown is a discreet place to shop.
Come to buy? I'm sure we can strike a deal.
A good deal.
Look around and you'll find something. We've got, I don't know, something you might need? All done?
Fine leathers, cloth.
All right. You asked what I do when I finish a job. What about you? How does the infamous Crow celebrate a finished contract? Moody contemplation? The finest wine in crystal glasses at your villa?
I prefer my moody contemplation with a good Antivan coffee. Otherwise, yes, you must find that pretentious.
I find it honest.
You're not alone.
I am empowered.
Beat the odds there. Got you covered.
Who dies next? Latest chapter of Ophidian Hall. Read it now!
Did the Magisterium explain why the Archon's palace wing files?
Wasn't it his... It's just so sad. Are you sure?
I am Jowen Glastrom, First Warden and Supreme Commander of Weishaupt. I received word of your team's request for Grey Warden assistance after an incursion of the Blight at Demeter's Crossing. Explain yourself, Warden, and bear in mind that the Order remembers your past recklessness.
Sure, I disobeyed orders. I acted on my own choices without authority. I admit it. But I took an oath to defend people from the Blight. I uphold that oath any way I can.
Your report, Warden.
I was part of a team trying to stop an elven mage named Solus from destroying the Veil. When we disrupted his ritual, something escaped from the Fade, and I clearly sensed the corruption of the Blight.
From this mage, Solus?
No, sir. Solus opposes the Blight. He's actually an elven god, Fen Harel, the Dreadwolf.
I did not come here to listen to fairy tales. I am here because of the Blight.
Right, but it all ties together. See, when we disrupted the ritual, Solus got trapped in the Fade. But two of the elven gods got out. Elganan and Gillenane, we think. And they're blighted.
Why would elven gods be blighted?
The ancient elven gods used the Blight. That's why Solus imprisoned them. The point is that the gods are making the Blight worse. Demeter's Crossing was just the start. That's why we need the Grey Wardens.
I suspected more politicking from the remnants of the Inquisition. I see now that I was wrong.
I'm really glad to hear that.
It is clear that whatever you did to unleash the Blight has corrupted your already weak mind.
Okay, wait.
You will be taken to Weishaupt and placed under heavy guard until the danger you caused by unleashing the Blight passes.
No. Please, you can't do that.
I assure you, I can.
I don't know how much time we have. The gods are doing something with the Blight. We need to stop them.
Let me tell you something about the Blight. It is evil, it is implacable, and above all, it is predictable. The Blight has not changed in over 1,000 years. The Grey Wardens will defeat it, as they always do. And we will do so without a disgraced junior warden causing needless confusion. I suggest you come along quietly.
Adamant Fortress 941, Dragon. The Grey Wardens attempted to raise an army of demons. Hardly the models of good judgment yourselves, are you?
Everyone knows Warden Commander Clarel acted alone at Adamant Fortress.
Acted alone, you say? Imagine if everyone were to see the letter I discovered where you authorize her actions. I wonder how that might complicate the narrative.
Are you prepared to risk the security of the Grey Wardens for this deluded boy?
You may be surprised to learn that I care very little about the security of the Grey Wardens.
Stay away from the Blight, and do not pester the Grey Wardens with any more of your nonsense.
He seems upset. Was it something I said?
That was close. Wasn't looking forward to being dragged off to a Grey Warden dungeon. Who should I be thanking for the assist?
Magister Dorian Parvis, at your service. A mutual friend thought you might require some support.
Maevaris Talani? Of the Shadow Dragons?
The very same.
What's your relation to the Shadow Dragons?
About a decade ago, Maevaris and I started a political faction called the Lucerni. We were going to change Tevinter for the better. Everyone would recognize the common sense benefits of our approach, and we'd all live happily ever after.
I take it that didn't happen.
Maevaris was framed, kicked out of the Magisterium, and the Lucerni were dissolved. So she took the movement underground.
The Shadow Dragons.
Since I still haunt the Magisterium, that makes me the Shadow Dragon's man on the inside.
So now what? The first Warden tried to have me locked up. I need the Wardens on my side.
Jowen Glastrom is not the Order. He's more politician than Warden. No Grey Warden worth the name sits in a Menrathus lounge sipping wine. You need the Wardens? Look for the ones out there fighting the Blight. In the meantime, the Shadow Dragons will keep a close watch on the Venatori. Good luck. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
Only the veil stood between us and a world of blighted darkness. But on this side, the gods could only tap a trickle. They had to turn that trickle into a flood. They sure could have used Solus's dagger to rip open the Fade. But some foolish mortal had taken it. So, they'd have to create a dagger of their own. Drowning the world in blight was just a matter of time.
I need to talk to Varric.
Doomlord's breath. I wasn't expecting to see a resurgence of the Venatori. Venatori, Shadow Dragons, all they do is make things complicated for the rest of us.
At least the shadow dragons are good.
Don't believe it. Both ideologies are just excuses for brawling in the streets.
Rumored resistance group affront. Aspirations of hostile.
Lucanus, you knew you would be a crow when you were young, right?
Yes, and I wanted to be, most of the time.
Bet you never saw all this happening.
No, I thought I'd have a pet wyvern by now. What about you? Did young Nev solve mysteries in Minrathous?
I was always stubborn and asked too many questions. Maybe all this was meant to be.
Trouble.
I command teamwork!
Got it covered.
Giant fight on!
Do not hold against fight forever!
Together!
Now there's a nice shot.
A candle hop. They carry messages through the city. Is this for us? Strange. Wants us to find more.
Nev, if you didn't want to be a detective when you were young, what did you want?
Honestly, I didn't know. And I hated that.
You hated unanswered questions. That's not exactly a twist.
Maybe not. I picked up odd jobs and picked up a reputation for finding things. Then someone hired me to find her brother. It was much bigger than what I'd been doing, but I knew no one else would try.
And you never looked back.
And now I chase gods and live in the Fade. That's life for you.
Watch for Venatori. They're everywhere.
No contest!
All set.
Why does everyone call him the Viper?
Drama. He's a symbol. Slavers aren't going to shiver in their boots about Asher. Viper. Shadow dragons. Names like that get people talking. Got some new supplies. Take a look. Till next time.
You had me followed. Inquired about me.
I needed to be sure. The Knight Commander.
Lanos is playing for the other side, so Tarquin's probably dirty too. After all the shit we've been through. I thought I'd earn some trust.
I did it to protect the Shadow Dragons and the cause.
Yeah. You protected them. Happy now?
I never thanked you for helping me with the First Warden.
It was my pleasure. Nothing quite like needling authoritarian blowhards to give one such warm feelings. Rook. Keeping well?
Places between.
Rook, do you have a minute?
Of course. Something wrong?
Thea wants to meet.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing.
She wants to plan Katerina's funeral.
Oh. Right.
If you don't mind, I could use some backup. In case Spike gets out of hand.
Let's not keep Thea waiting.
This was with my things. It looks like your handwriting. I didn't read it. Well, a couple of words. I thought it might be one of mine. I don't even know how it got there.
It's those wisps. I need more wards.
Oh, I can help with that.
I started this. I'll deal with it.
Or just move somewhere else.
I tried. They followed me.
Maybe they like you.
Do you follow the chantry? The pendant. I noticed it's Andrastian.
I barely keep the holidays. It's from an old job.
Oh, which one? Maybe I read about it in a Timiter paper.
I'm barely in the papers.
Oh, but when you are, it's on the edge of something exciting. What about that one story with the demon, the diamond, and the deadbeat magister? Oh, they mentioned you twice.
That was a hit piece.
That tells me you're a big enough name to have enemies.
No, but the Magister was. Some Docktown nobody gets involved with his case? That's good gossip. They forgot my name in a week. The real trick with that job was the client ratting me out to the demon.
What?
It's always something. Funny how that didn't make the print. Tell me you read the rest of the paper too?
Oh, yes. Sometimes they have these stories, serials. They're thrilling, except they come out in pieces. I only see a few papers a year. I never know how the stories end.
Happily ever after. Why not, right?
Aren't you some sunshine?
That's me.
I hope you're right.
All right, Belle. You get me the name of your cereal, I'll try and track the ending. No promise on the happy part.
That's fine.
I'd like to go back anyway. Spend time in Docktown, pick up gossip.
Want company?
Why not? Ready to go when you are. Look who's thoughtful.
You've been quiet.
I know. Just thinking. But I said we'd talk, didn't I? I heard a voice after we saved that man. It told me I was touched by the ancients and that I should seek it out. Seek her out.
Voices. I don't like that at all.
I know what it must look like, but something tells me the voice wants to help. What if she's like me? Maybe that's why only I heard her. She said to look to those closest to the stone to locate her.
Meaning?
The children of the stone. Dwarves. Not surfacers like me, but the ones from the deep roads. Almost 10 years ago, a shaper from Orzammar bonded with a titan.
Titans. Ancients. You think it's related?
It would make sense, wouldn't it? Volta. That was the shaper's name. Maybe there are more like her down there.
And our other problem? The gods?
Learning about my magic can only help our fight. I'm sure of it.
As long as you're sure.
I know some people in Orzammar. I'll reach out. If I hear anything, you'll be the first to know.
There you are. I haven't seen much of you lately. I was getting worried. Everything all right? Wait, that dagger. I've seen it before.
Solus was using it at the ritual site.
No, before that. Shit, it can't be. Look at it, Rook.
Just tell me already.
Remember that story I told you about me and Hawk, Meredith and Orsino? How the trouble started in Kirkwall? On our expedition to the Deep Roads, that's what we found. That's what my brother tried to kill us for. An idol made of red lyrium. That sang a song which drove anyone who heard it mad.
Are you sure it's the same thing?
Oh, look at it. It's changed, but it's the same size. Same ring at the top. Not to mention, it's pure lyrium. No one, not even the dwarves in Orzammar, work pure lyrium like that. It's too dangerous.
If that's true, if this dagger is the red lyrium idol from your story, how did Solus cleanse it of the blight?
I have no idea. I can't believe you found it.
Oh, hey, Rook. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No. Something wrong?
Things are weird, but I'm adjusting, I think. That's not what I came in here for, though.
All right, Harding. What's on your mind?
So, the Wardens. I know some. A married couple Varric and I met while we were tracking Solus.
I'd almost forgot about that. I really am getting too old for this shit.
You think they'll talk to us? After the first Warden and everything?
It's worth a try. I can write them and hope.
Okay. Let's see who's in our corner.
Why does this place have a kitchen? I never once saw Solus cook anything.
Onward, dweller.
That cold. I felt it the moment the boat docked.
That's the Fade going right to your bones.
Darkspawn. Let's clear them out.
They're at range. I'm ready. Let's go.
If the Darkspawn are here, the blight on this island must be running wild.
The gods want this place. They do not care how they defile it.
Over there. Another entryway like the one that took us to that Solus memory. There. It's happening again. We're in another of Solus's memories. Remember last time? Past really can still hurt you.
Andaran Atishan, Lassa Gilan.
Spirits, Fade friends, come forth. Enter the circle. Reveal yourselves.
Solus. Whatever happened in this memory, he was personally involved.
Come to us and make yourselves known. Spirits, the Dread Wolf asks for your assistance on a crucial mission.
The false gods, the Evanuris, have overreached. I shall humble them. Within their citadel lies a relic, with the power to imprison even a god. With it, I can bring their tyranny to an end, forever.
You are spirits of chaos, disorder, and disruption. We ask you to disrupt the Citadel's defenses. Give us the opening to get that relic. For freedom!
More visions of the past. Solus sent these spirits out to fight the gods. If we're spirits of disruption, let's act like it.
I already have one demon. I'm not pretending to be another.
Spirits! How did the wolf call up so many?
better stay sharp. Okay. Think like a spirit of disruption. We're through.
The gods told us this fortress couldn't be breached!
That's the last of them. More enemies. Go.
They bring the strength of the Fade!
We're almost through to their citadel. Even Eurus know it.
They've changed their plans. Elganon may be a tyrant, but he is not a fool. That means the relic is genuine. We are close, and Elganon is afraid. Put our strongest in the vanguard. Prepare to breach the citadel. It will not be easy, but we shall win the day.
Disruption, lead the charge and do what you do best. Whatever champions the gods send against you, bring them down.
More of them.
Death to all tyrants!
Reinforcements! We need more reinforcements!
You must hold fast! For victory!
Disruption fought to the last, and it was all for nothing. We couldn't take the Citadel.
Wait, that body's me.
It was not for nothing, my friend. The distraction the spirits gave us allowed our agents to retrieve the relic.
Distraction?
No force could have breached their Citadel. But it was necessary for the enemy to believe we were committed. A heavy sacrifice, but one that gave us a real chance to end the war.
You knowingly sent all those spirits to their deaths? Solus, we're supposed to be better than that!
They died true to their nature, doing what they loved, Falasan. Let that be a comfort, that this war did not corrupt them into something different from what they were supposed to be.
A ruse. That's all it was. By this point, Solus didn't care who he sacrificed if it meant stopping the Evanurus.
Maybe they would have volunteered to die for his cause, but he never asked.
Let's see what this fragment could tell us. That Fey tear is spewing blight. That must be how the gods are sending blight into the crossroads.
Wardens Evka and Antoine answered our letter. They're willing to talk.
In the middle of nowhere?
Where the first warden won't notice. But if they don't listen...
Your distraction worked. Could have said it when we were farther away.
Désolé, I didn't say it was a good plan. Ah, you made it!
Antoine, Evka, it's been a while.
Yes, and Harding, it's good to see you again.
I hear you've been causing problems.
Solus, the ritual. Ever since I left, it's all gone wrong.
Then we'll fix it.
Or die trying?
That's the deal. What happened?
It's the elven gods. They're real, and they're changing the Blight. Darkspawn too. You must have heard of Demeter's Crossing. The Blight there was unlike anything I've seen, and it hit too fast. Whatever comes next, it's bad.
A change? Manipulation could explain it. We've been looking into oddities with the Blight ourselves, and it's altered. I can feel it.
Then you believe me?
You're a lot of things, Rook, and a good warden's one of them. You wouldn't lie about this.
All right, good. So what do we do?
We make a plan.
If the Blight's changed, we need our order. The first warden likes us more than you, but that's not saying much.
If he thinks what happened to that village was an aberration, a further hunch from Evka and myself won't win him over.
We need more proof.
If the Darkspawn are changing, Davrin might help. Even among wardens, he's known as a monster hunter. He got pulled on a mission, not sure what, but it's farther into the mountains. We can get you a rough location.
I married someone with good advice. You find Davrin, and we'll keep after the Blight.
Then let's get moving. Nothing gets better while we stand here.
And let's make things better.
We'll send word if we find something.
Well, I'd say we found the camp. So did some Darkspawn, looks like.
The fire's still going.
Were they ambushed?
Easy, boy.
I'll be damned. A griffin.
Trouble is, he's not sure what you are. Neither am I.
Rook. Evka and Antoine sent us. We're looking for Davrin.
You found him. Mind telling me why you smell like Darkspawn? Griffins hunt Darkspawn.
Easy. I'm a warden too. We found Blight on the tent. You've had company.
Where are Lancet and Remy?
The camp was empty when we got here.
Hassan, to the trees!
We can help.
Another warden couldn't hurt. Try to keep up.
He's got a scent. Follow the squawks.
Since when do we have a griffin? Aren't they extinct?
Been keeping it quiet, even from other wardens. It's why we're training in the middle of nowhere. Hassan, don't get too far ahead.
That kinda sounded like a no.
If he even listens, has a mind of his own. He spotted something.
Darkspawn.
Dead Darkspawn. These are part of the training.
Hassan was half right.
There's no time for half wrong. Hassan, we're looking for live Darkspawn.
He understands.
Not sure he understands anything but dinner. Keep on it, Hassan. They're around here somewhere.
How do we get up that?
The Griffins have been training for this sort of thing. Let's see if Hassan was paying attention. Hassan, hit that!
That's impressive. You teach him that?
No, Lancet and Remy did. They're the Griffin Whisperers.
So you're the bodyguard?
Griffins are the Warden's greatest legacy. Someone has to protect them. Hold up. There's the Darkspawn. Let's get in there.
I hate fighting Darkspawn. Something in me just recoils from them.
That's why it's a job for professionals. Remy, where are you?
Remy, where are you hurt?
Everywhere. A monster came out of nowhere. Darkspawn were following it. Lancet ran ahead.
It's back?
Davrin, remember. A light touch. Asan's still learning.
You're the trainer.
Not anymore.
We have to keep going. Let's get through here. Those two statues are the spare key. Line up the symbols.
What did you mean by it's back?
Something's stalking Grey Wardens. We call it the Gloom Howler. I'm hunting it. Started happening 7, 8 months ago. Darkspawn obey it. There's some kind of hold over them. Asan, on me! No time for hide and seek, Asan. This is real.
Asan? Is that Elven?
It's Elven for arrow. Elby grows into it.
More Darkspawn here.
Lancet's trying to stop the Gloomhowler. It's going after the other Griffins.
There are other Griffins?
Whole family. Asan's brothers and sisters.
The bridge is out.
This place is falling apart. There's a ladder up there. That's our way through this. Good job.
Watch out, Rook! Darkspawn!
Make this quick. We have to get through here. Asan can help the fight.
Watch out! One more to go! Big one!
I see it.
What was that?
It's coming from the area. There's an elevator we can use to get up there. The elevator's behind that blight. Let's get through it. Never seen Darkspawn this bold. Unless there's a blight.
There's a blight.
Would explain the weird things I'm hearing. But the first warden hasn't said anything.
He doesn't want to listen.
He's a stubborn one.
Why does the Gloomhowler want the Griffins?
The real question's how it knows about them. Up until now, it only went after wardens. Now it shows up here with a rabble of Darkspawn? These Griffins are a secret. was the last one. Damn it, it's Lancet. I want this thing's head on a pike.
What is that?
Ain't the gloom howler. Exploding darkspawn? What is this?
Like I said, this blight's different. Everything's wrong.
I can hear the other griffins. Let's get in there.
More griffins!
We have to get them out of there.
Can't. Some kind of blood magic on these locks. It's okay, Hydus. Calm down. You too, Rumtail. We'll come back for both of you. Heads up. We've got one more dark spot. Main look.
Your turn!
so it can talk.
I'll spill mine before that happens.
And I'll collect, Warden, on both of you.
Leave these animals alone. They aren't yours.
They've always belonged to me. Mortal threats are a dull blade.
There are only 13 griffins alive in Thetis. That monster just took 12 of them.
What if we could help get them back?
I'd ask, what's the catch?
I need a monster hunter. For the Blight to end all blights.
The first warden agreed to this?
The first warden is wasting time treating this like any other blight. We can't wait for him to take action.
Going against the boss?
I don't have a choice. There are powerful mages behind all this, and we have to hunt them down.
Well, you did save Hassan back there, so you're no lightweight. And if you can help get the other griffins back...
He likes the idea?
He's hoping you brought food. All right. Come on, Hassan. Let's get to know our new friends. So this is where you live, huh? In the Fade?
Yeah, it's cozy. And the gods can't find us here.
Right. Never going to get used to that.
We'll find you and Hassan a nice... What's wrong?
Everything's wrong. Treviso and Minrathis are both under attack.
Blighted dragons. 2 of them. 1 for each city.
Damn it. So the dragon at Demeter's Crossing wasn't the only one.
You got back just in time.
All right. What do we know?
2 dragons at once has to be the gods behind it.
Treviso's a merchant city. It has no defenses, and the canals run everywhere. If we don't stop that dragon, people will die. Innocent people. My people. They either die right away from the dragon, or slowly after, from blight in the water. We need to go to Treviso.
And leave Minrathis to burn?
Nev.
The shadow dragons will fight, right to the end of it. But we're the only ones keeping the Venatori in check. And if we fail, the Venatori will take advantage. They'll make a push for the throne, and hand the gods the entire Tevinter Empire.
If we decide to...
Damn it! There's no time! I need to go home. I need to be in Minrathis.
And I must go to Treviso. Go where you feel you must, Rook. We cannot wait.
What's our move, Rook?
We helped Nev in Minrathous.
But the Treviso civilians.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it either. But if the Venatori take control of Tevinter, it's going to get a whole lot worse. That said, 2 of you should go to Treviso, see if you can help the Carnis get the civilians to safety. And we'll head to Minrathous.
Understood.
Let's all try to make it through this alive, all right? Dragons circling the Anderalis grounds. Gotta hurry.
Watch out!
I was expecting it to be bad, but...
No time to waste. We need to find Nev.
They mean to stop us. Your lord demands death. Match them or die. I can.
Left to save.
Look, you turned up. We could use the help.
The dragon's tearing up the city, and the Venatori are taking advantage of the chaos to seize control. I've heard they've made it all the way to the Archon's palace.
Forget the Venatori for now. We need to stop the dragon. We can't fight it while it's flying. We need to ground it. If we can keep it here, we can stop it from destroying the city.
All right, let's see if I can get its attention.
Eyes open.
Witness! Witness the handiwork of immortals!
Fire them!
Match them for this
Chaos, decay, the past in ruin, and the last few mortal servants of the Dreadwolf.
Gillenane.
We need only one thing from you. Surrender it, and you may go. Give up the Dreadwolf's dagger.
Come get it.
By force, then. Whatever remains of you will become my new creations.
She's blighted. And the blight feels really weird. The gods corrupted her.
I feel it too. Plan on her being blighted. How should we handle this?
What we came to do.
Watch yourself!
Ready.
Watch for ranged attack!
Thanks, Davrin.
I'm ready. Tell me what you need.
She's blighted. And the blight feels really weird. The gods corrupted her.
I feel it too. Plan on her being blighted. How should we handle this?
What we came to do.
from a distance.
Tell me what you need. As you say.
That's got it.
We have toyed with these morsels long enough. Your strength is needed elsewhere. Hear my voice and return.
It's gone, but it's wounded.
We were so close. I know we can beat that thing. If only we were faster. Or figured out its weaknesses a little quicker.
And we have to keep it grounded.
Take the win. Dragon's still out there, but it could have been worse. It would have been worse if you weren't here.
There's another dragon in Treviso. Maybe there's still time.
Let's go. Hold on, Lucanus. We're on our way. We chased away the dragon in Minrathus. Did you kill the one?
We did not.
That monster flew around the city for hours before it left, utterly out of reach.
It rained ice on the city and spread blight in the canals. Treviso survives for now, as do the crows. But
how bad is it?
Bad. To what extent, I cannot say. We're still tallying what we've lost. And who.
You're a Grey Warden. Can anything be done about the blight in the waterways?
First, block off the affected canals. Warn away everyone you can. The Wardens might have something more. We may have worse coming with the gods.
Just send them word, please.
We will not be idle. There are people to save and Antam to be made examples of. The city must know who did this. Give us time, Rook. If you truly wish to help, the crows will have work.
The others, Nev, are they all right?
They are.
Then I can focus on Treviso. Once we find our footing, the blood of these gods will flow.
Blighted dragons, darkspawn obeying the Venatori. Maybe Solus will know something.
Shores.
Wait. The lyrium daggers vibrating like a song in a wine glass. Those voices?
Striking the crossroads without forethought would be folly. The rebellion controlled it for far too long. Its defenses will be artfully hidden.
You will not press? Our forces are cunning and sharpened.
Fenharad's spite is endless and his trickery not easily overcome. He will have traps in wait. A crossroads in ruin is no good to us.
That was Elganon and Gillenane. Were we eavesdropping on the past?
The dagger must amplify these echoes, letting Solus spy on his rivals.
Let's hope it doesn't work both ways.
Don't panic. Things always seem impossible. Just fight one battle at a time.
Offer, dweller. I will answer.
I met a shadow dragon once. Or, I think I did. I mean, they didn't say they were probably a good idea, but I was pretty sure.
Why is that?
Most Tevinter are condescending, even the nice ones, but they weren't. And you remind me of them. So, it makes sense.
I'll take that as a compliment.
What? You're hungry? I found a yam in the kitchen. Stubborn just means you'll starve.
Trouble settling in?
Doing the best I can. My job was to keep the Griffins safe, not fix their dinner.
I meant to son.
Oh. I guess we're both adjusting.
I've always wondered about our history with griffins. Their emblem is everywhere.
I could swear Hassan knows it too. Gives him a big head. Back in the day, Grey Wardens raised them as aerial cavalry. When a blight got going, Wardens rode them into battle. Eventually, war took its toll. They died out.
How did Weishaupt find Hassan and the...
I only got involved in this a little while ago. Most Wardens are still in the dark. Way I heard it, someone found a journal a few years back that mentioned a secret clutch of eggs. They'd been hidden for centuries, protected by a ward. Started hatching and out came 13 talkative griffins. Now, down to just one.
As long as he doesn't get out of hand.
No promises. Griffins are a stubborn bunch. Lancet and Remy were the real experts. They said a warden and a griffin have to move as one. Think as one. They call it Turlum. Sort of unity. But now, they're both dead.
Why'd the Gloomhowler attack the Eyrie?
I intend to find out. First it stalks wardens. Now it's after the griffins.
Don't worry. You and I have a deal. We'll find them.
Appreciate that. Though it sounds like you've got your hands full around here.
Just a tad.
Elgernon and Gillenane. Hard to believe.
Our very own elven gods are ending the world.
That'll endear us to the rest of Thedas. But I have to say, killing a monster is one thing. Taking down the goddess of all monsters and the god of vengeance while you're at it?
Every life in Thedas depends on it.
Fair enough. Always good to know where the boss stands.
Pretty much at the world not ending.
I can get behind that. What? I told you. It's yams or nothing.
Or maybe you need a new menu.
When last we spoke, you were hunting for followers of Elganan and Gillenane in hopes of finding specifics. Has your search been successful?
You could say that. It looks like both the Venatori and the Antam are working for Elganan and Gillenane.
Unsurprising. The Venatori want magical secrets, and the Antam want to destroy anyone opposing their brutal expansion. Both will readily bow to anyone who promises them power.
And now we've seen that power firsthand. The Antam and the Venatori both have dragons doing their bidding.
Dragons? That is worse than I had feared.
Yeah. We drove off the one the Venatori brought into Minrathous. Barely.
Have you determined how the dragons are being directed? If it is blood magic, it may be possible to disrupt their control.
The dragons were blighted. We think that's what let the gods control them.
The blight? Of course.
The blight seems to be the gods' favorite tool right now. We ran into Venatori who could control Darkspawn.
Elganan would not bestow such power unless the Darkspawn were to serve as the main force of his army. And I suspect Gillenane will see the Darkspawn as new subjects for her modifications.
We've already run into a few Darkspawn nobody has seen before. That's in addition to the blighted dragons.
That is the fate Elganan and Gillenane planned for this world then. Corruption and blighted slavery.
That's rich coming from the guy who wanted to drown the world in demons.
Do you truly believe my goal was to destroy this world?
I believe your goal, like you said, was to transfer the gods to a better prison. The one you're stuck in now. And you were willing to tear down the veil and destroy this world while you did so.
The veil is a wound I cut into the Fade in a moment of desperation, while making their prison. It should not exist. I had a host of spirits ready to help when the veil fell. They would have minimized the loss of life.
Do you have any idea what you sound like? You could have actually saved the world from the Blight, but instead you chose to kill thousands of people with your vanity project.
It is not vanity. I broke this world. I am the only one who can fix it.
Spoken like a god.
I am not a god. I am, as I have always been, a man, all too aware of his failings. But equally aware that if he did not act, accepting the judgment it would bring, all would be lost. They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
I don't care what they call me. If they're calling me anything, it means they're still alive. That's all that matters.
Acceptance. You are willing to face the consequences your actions may one day bring because the world needs you. I believe I can work with that. If the gods are using dragons, you will wish to find someone trained to fight them. Have you unlocked the Lighthouse Illuvian?
Yes. We found the crossroads. It's still confusing, though.
I cannot help you from in here. You may need to find an expert in the magic of the Fade. And if the Darkspawn are to be Elganan's army, you will need Grey Wardens to fight them.
I've got a few of them, and I'm a warden myself. Maybe that's enough?
Doubtful. You'll want an army. And I believe you will find a way to obtain one. You seem to have a knack for gaining the cooperation of your adversaries.
Solus thinks we need a dragon hunter and a Fade expert.
He's right, about the dragon hunter at least. Rook, when I was with the Inquisition, I saw some terrible things. But what happened to Treviso? I mean, so much death. Lucanus stayed behind. He said he'll be back soon, but at least you took care of yours.
We hurt it, but didn't kill it. The dragon flew off before we could put it down.
A dragon hunter would have helped him in Rathus, that's for sure.
Then we find one. Next time a blighted dragon comes calling, it'll be the last time it comes calling.
We can't forget the second dragon in Treviso. We should see how we can help, but we're without Lucanus until he's done helping the crows. Who knows how long?
Hey, let's not get stuck in our regrets, all right?
Just so we're clear, you're taking advice from this elven god, Solus. The Solus who tried to tear down the veil? You really trust him?
Of course I don't trust him. He's the only option we have. If it makes you feel better, we've checked every piece of information he gave us.
That does make me feel better.
So a Fade expert and a dragon hunter. I'll ask around about dragon hunters and see what turns up. Come talk to me in a bit.
And I've been corresponding with someone about the lighthouse's reverberative oscillations and the resulting dimensional peculiarities. Oh, sorry. Not relevant. I'll get a message through to a Fade expert immediately.
See, Rook? Nothing to worry about.
All right. We all know what to do. Let's get going. Hey, Hassan.